Hello Shark Tank casting crew, my name is Al Lopez. I'm from Lansing, Michigan. I am the field service supervisor for the Lansing Board of Water and Light, the electric utility there. I'm also president of Zappola Innovations, manufacturer of my product, the Utility. My business is I manufacture and create the first magnetic portable work desk for the field. It's called the Utility. It works based on these magnets. These are actually shielded 50-pound pole magnets. Meaning by shielded means the direction of the magnetic flux is only one direction, which is out. It doesn't face anything in. So when you have your laptop or whatever in this product, it doesn't affect the computer in any way, shape, or form. Utility shelf here, what you would do is you would apply it to anything metal in the field. By the means of these magnets here, you can actually adjust it to whatever widths possible that you need. This, you can take the magnets, move them to the vertical position, and it will actually mount to an I-beam. So for like warehousing and automotive assembly lines, stuff like that, where you can take it and move it to location easily and still be able to support the weight and everything that you need. It's really lightweight. It's actually dielectrically safe. The material on the outside of the polypropylene plastic is actually textured, scratch resistant. As long as there's 16 gauge metal or thicker, which is pretty much the size of like a filing cabinet or that kind of thickness of metal gauge, it'll attach to and hold securely just fine. These are all custom pads, so if you want to have a custom logo put on here, we do offer that for anything over 500 units that are purchased. Orders of 1,000 or more, we actually offer them a custom color for this product as well. To remove it, it's real simple. Grab the bottom corners of this utility shelf itself and just pull towards you just a little bit, and with 2 fingers you can actually pry it away and be just fine. If you try to do that again, like I mentioned, by the handle, it's very difficult to do so. It has that strong of a power. From the Sharks, I am seeking $200,000 in exchange for 10% of my company. I intend on using the money for prototyping and tooling of my next product edition. This is my hook that sells the product. I simply grab it, show them my utility shelf, so this is how it works. Show them how to mount it. Look for a steel surface to hook it to. Grab it. Place it on the steel surface, pop it open, boom, you're ready for work. It's just that simple. Now you can stick your laptop on here, use it as a writing table, anything you want to do, it's available for you. My product actually is patented. I have a utility patent on my product for the US and Canada. It was actually issued in January of 2013. In addition to that, I applied for a government GSA schedule so I can sell my product to the U.S. government, and I actually achieved that as well, and I was granted a GSA schedule to sell my product to the U.S. government, which now I do sell to the U.S. military as well as the government. Has my business made money? We have achieved $339,000 in sales over the last 4 years. Out of that, approximately $59,000 in net profit. How is my product similar to other products out there? Quite simply, there isn't. Mine is a one-of-a-kind product. It's a very unique product. There's nothing like it in the world out there right now. And this thing right here, I tell you, it makes life easier. It was created out of necessity, and that's what I created this product for, because I had a need for it. How did I come up with the product itself? And how did I get the idea? Well, for 15 years, I was a primary meter specialist for my electric utility back home. What I did in that job was I actually went out to electric meters out and then I installed out in the field. And I would program them with a laptop computer. So I'd go out there with this tough book, which weighs about 11 pounds, and I would hold that thing here in my hand the entire time, 5 to 20 minutes at a time, and do that all day long. After that was beginning to be a pain, because not only that, once I tried to hook up the cables and stuff like that to stuff, and I had to write stuff down, and I'm still holding my laptop here because my cables usually were too short to put it on the ground anywhere, so I had to hold it the whole time. And I said, there's got to be a better way to do this then. So I thought about it, and I said, and then I had an epiphany that told me, say, hey, you know what, you're in front of metal stuff all the time. If you use magnets to secure something there. So I went home, wrote up an idea, set the thing together, made up a prototype that it could work, took it out to the field the next day, tried it, and it worked perfectly. So the question is, how much have I invested in my business so far? Actually, at this point in time, when we started off, my wife and I decided to mortgage our house. So we put our house up at stake to get the monies needed to build the tool, another $50,000 to do that. So we did that, had our tool built, so total investment so far at this point was like $70,000. In addition to product materials and stuff like that, we've added another additional $30,000 out of our pocket to get that going, and so we were able to get the product built and made and out there. So up to this point, probably around $90,000 of investment that we've had into it so far. So what's at stake in the event that if it didn't go through and was not successful in this whole process? I'd say obviously we would lose our home. So at this point in time, I felt that failure was not an option. What is it that inspired me to be an entrepreneur? Well, the first thing that got me going, I guess I have to say on that, was my country music career. I promoted and marketed myself back then. It was back in '94 when I did that. So I kind of got my feet wet a little bit as far as on the business side of things and how to do things. So what does my product mean to me? My product means to me basically that it's convenient for me to use. It's a tool that I can use anytime, and it makes my life easier. It makes work easier. It's one of those tools that, again, it's just an idea that makes life easy. The question I have now is tell you guys about myself. So I guess this is probably one of the hardest parts for me because I'm kind of a humble guy, so I don't like to do that kind of thing, but I'll tell you what I got. So I'm a country singer, songwriter. I actually been doing that for quite a few years, like I said, about 28 years. Also, I've been I'm a master mechanic in automotive and heavy duty truck, and been certified in that for several years as well. I'm also a journey worker primary meter specialist, which is I have a certification in that field. And also I'm an inventor, obviously, of my new product, the Utili shelf too. How far along am I in my business? Well, I started actually 2009 with the idea when I come up with the thing. As we start getting progress on our product, I went out because I'm basing everything on the wholesale distribution model. I said I would need to go out and start finding some distributors. So I went out and looked for some distributors. I found one right off the bat that I showed it to, and they just fell in love with the thing and said, we can really get this thing to happen for you. We have, on a regional basis, we have our website that's doing, that's constantly out there for us. And because of my website, we've expanded our, I originally started in the electric utility market, and now my product is getting orders from several different markets: the HVAC industry, the telecommunications industry, the oil industry, railroad, traffic signals, repair guys. The list goes on and on. And the markets that are there are ever expanding. And just my utility market alone, we were really, focused on that because there's like 3,800 utilities nationwide, and I've only scratched the surface. Maybe we're looking at, I think, 0.8%, I believe they told me, was what we've touched so far. So there is such a big market in just that one alone, let alone all the other markets that are starting to come into me now. So at this point in time, we're working on distributors. We have a new distributor we just signed on recently that are my global distributor now. My family is super supportive. They are my biggest influence as far as getting things going, because they're always on me. So, Dad, you get out there, let's get this thing going and get this thing out there. And they're always encouraging me to do wonderful things with the business. And in fact, we make it a family affair. So when we get big orders that come through, and my wife and I are out here putting them together, what we'll do is we'll invite the kids over to the house, make them some dinner, and then we get done with that, they'll all come out here together, and we'll all start putting the things together and bonding, a little family bonding going on, but getting business done at the same time. Really works out great for us for that. And then the kids enjoy it too. They actually like coming out and helping Mom and Dad put these things together out here. So, I have actually a cheerleading section of 720 employees that are out there that are really rooting for me to get this thing out there and make it successful, because they've seen it grow from the beginning when I'm at work there, and my work's been fully supportive 100%. And they were aware of my product from the get-go, and they told me, get that thing out there. We're fully supportive. We'll give you whatever time you need to get out there to get this thing going for you. I could not ask for a better company to be working for that could help me with this at this point in time. And those, my friends there at work, were very, very supportive. Most of all, probably my wife, again, being my best friend, my buddy for 31 years and married together, my business partner. She keeps me in line. And without her help, I mean, she keeps the business focused, keeps the monies intact, keeps everything in line, and was able to help me stay focused and get this business successful. Appreciate your time, Shark Tank casting crew, and thank you for such a great opportunity. Thank you.